Today is the National Doctors' Day, which is celebrated in the honor of selfless services of the doctors. But doctors in Maharashtra are not celebrating it. Why? Let's try to understand in today's dialogue. We have today with us Dr. Shiv Kumar Utre, who is the president of Maharashtra Medical Council, and we have Dr. Avinash Bhondwe, who is the head of Maharashtra wing of Indian Medical President. So we
Yes.
heard that you are not celebrating Doctors' Day today. Rather, you are observing it as a Atma Samman Divas. Why is this so?
Actually, this is the Doctor's Day, which is rather being celebrated in memory of late Bharat Ratna Bidhan Chandra Roy, who was rather founder of Indian Medical Association. And every year since 1991, we have been celebrating this day all over India as Doctor's Day. This year, uh, around 18 doctors have succumbed to death in the fight against this COVID-19, and all were working for to they were treating their patients, they were offering their services to the community, and they lost their lives. At the same time, to have in rather respect to their memories, we are rather not celebrating this Doctor's Day. That is the main reason. And secondly, all over Maharashtra, there are around 44,500 members of Indian medical associations all over Maharashtra. Everybody is working. At the same time, they are not only working in their clinics, hospitals, dispensaries, but they are also doing so many humanitarian works. But nowhere, neither the government, nor the society, nor the media is taking any cognizance or praising them, or at least giving a word of rather, uh, uh, there was not a pat on the back for any single moment. So that's why we decided that not government, not society, the doctors will felicitate, the doctors will observe this day by rather felicitating our own members who are fighting against this COVID epidemic. So that is Self-Respect Day, and that is Atma Samman Divas. That is the main thing.
Mhm. Dr. Utre, I heard that there were some demands from the IMA, regarding insurance for the doctors and standardized PPE kits, and those demands are apparently not met by the government. So could you please elaborate on this?
Yes, what you have to understand is that we call these doctors who are working as a frontline warriors. Unfortunately, whenever you go to war, you are supposed to have a proper protection for yourself. And this protection for us is, of course, is the standardized, whatever according to the protocol, the standardized PPEs are. Now, yeah, we have been demanding right from day one for a proper PPE to be made available, not only in the government sector, but even in the private sectors, because you have to understand that almost 70% of these patients are asymptomatic patients, and they may be coming to the doctors for some other symptoms or some simple flu-like symptoms or something whom we are examining. And if a doctor examines these patients without proper PPEs, there is a high chance of him getting infected. Not only that, you have to also understand that unlike in the general public, the viral load that the doctor gets is very high. Hence, he becomes sick faster. The symptoms are very high, and he can become serious and require a lot of treatment. And we are seeing that a lot of our doctors are also losing their lives in this. Day by day, we are seeing more and more numbers. Like for instance, majority of the ICU experts during the last 2 months have become positive. So unfortunately, somewhere something is going wrong, where either the PPEs are not of the standardized protocols as per protocols, or they are not being supplied properly to the doctors. Even the resident levels, we see so many resident doctors are getting infected, and once they are getting infected, unfortunately there is nowhere a protection for these doctors to get proper treatment in a proper place at a subsidized rate, or at least, as ideally they should be given free of cost, because they are ultimately working for the society. Now, there was a recent case where a resident doctor was found to be positive, and then he was admitted to a hospital. And now, resident doctors are student doctors. But he was there for quite a long time, and then on discharge, he was asked to pay money in lakhs. Now, why should a doctor who is working in an institution which is treating COVID patients, when he himself gets infected, why should he pay money from his pocket? And from where will that poor resident doctor get money from to pay? So somewhere we are lacking behind in protecting our own members, and the government also should take cognizance of this. Even whatever insurance they have said is insurance after death. Now, why do you wait for the death? Why aren't you giving them mediclaim insurance so that they can be treated in the best possible setup? See, what you have to understand that for every doctor whom you lose out, and when I say lose, I don't mean only the death of the doctor, but even when he gets quarantined for that 14 days, you are losing a precious hand which is helping you to tackle this disease. So they are not available for the public for the treatment. So somewhere the government also has to take cognizance of this. Not only that, in the private sector, we are asking, especially IMA has been appealing to all its doctors, the MMC has been asking its doctors to keep on working in the private sector. But there is no protection for these doctors in the private sector, because if you see the insurance protection of 50 lakhs, which has been sanctioned by the central government, is only for those doctors who are either in the government sector working, or they have been asked by the government sector doctors, I mean government authorities, to work in COVID hospital, dedicated COVID. So they are contracted to work in these hospitals. But what about the other non-COVID hospitals where the doctors are working and they are getting infected? So there is no care given for them. So somewhere we have to think about protecting our own members. And when I say doctors, I mean all healthcare workers. May it be doctors, may it be nursing staff, may it be the ward boys, sanitation people. We have to take care, because these are our warriors. And just like how, in the war, if a army person gets injured, you have special hospitals, special treatment for him, and special compensation for him. So where we don't see that happening over here, so that has to happen sometime, and it's high time it happens now.
Dr. Bondwe, has the IMA written to the government of Maharashtra or Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray?
Not once, many times. Now I lost the count how many times I've written applications. We have personally talked even. See, about the PP kits, as Dr. Shivkumar Uttare rightly said, our demand was to give the government authorized vendors at those who will supply the standardized kits at the subsidized rates, at the right rates. At present, we are not getting any PP kits. The private doctors are not getting PP kits. There are so many spurious vendors who come to us. They offer something and we have to purchase it. We are not aware whether it is standardized, and the rates are phenomenally high. The one thing, on 31st of December, before this COVID started, the rate of the this N95 mask was 45 rupees, which we are purchasing now for 180 rupees to 400 to 250 rupees. The PP kits, the standard PP kits were available at 450 rupees, but now we are rather getting it at the rate of say 1250 to 2000 rupees, and we have to purchase. Our doctors are purchasing it in desperation because they do not have anything with them. And many
Dr. Bondwe, I would like to interrupt because I think the government has said, I think the central government has also said that India is producing enough number of PP kits now, and even I think we are exporting it. So I am not able to understand why private doctors have to purchase it from spurious suppliers.
See, we had a meeting with government of Maharashtra where they had rather accepted that they will make it available at medical stores or surgical stores at a standardized product, product at the retail price, but it was not done. From where we can get, if I want to get this PP kit, it is not available in any shop. There are no rather the official vendors by government. the government, we had requested so many times, just please give us the list of these vendors, but we are not given. We are now using the kids who sir approaches us. Our national body has given some uh, rather the addresses of those these vendors, but the price is of course not decided, which should have been decided by the government of Maharashtra. They assured us, but it was not fulfilled, and that's why people are purchasing whatever they get, and that is the main reason why our front warriors, why our doctors who are treating the patients in private are getting infected. That is the main reason. Yeah.
Dr. Otre, as the WHO has said that the pandemic is far from over, what should be done now? I mean, regarding the issues which doctors are facing in Maharashtra, and what should be done quickly by the government?
Yeah, see, basically, what we have to think about, as you said, it is a long-term thinking that we have to do, because we are stuck with this pandemic for minimum 6 months to 1 year, at least till we get a proper, treatment, or at least the vaccination, which I don't see in the near future coming in. So if we are thinking in long terms, we require to protect our frontline healthcare workers. And not only those workers who are working for the COVID patients, but even those workers who are working for the non-COVID patients, because now we are coming into the rainy season, and you know what happens in the rainy season, the number of patients, especially of vector-borne diseases and viral diseases, goes on increasing. So we have to take care of all these patients also. And there is going to be a lot of confusion, because up till now what we were doing is any fever patient, we were getting him tested if he was COVID. But now you are going to get fevers of different. You're going to get malaria, you're going to get dengue, you're going to get lepto. All these are going to come into force. So whom are you going to test and whom are you not going to test? Now there is a confusion of even as far as whom you should do testing is being done. It is not being opened up completely by the government. Ideally, like Western countries, I think we have had 3 months. We should have procured enough of these testing kits, so that whoever wants to get tested can just walk in and get tested. Because see, what is the mantra? The mantra of controlling this disease is maximum testing, maximum tracing after you have tested, and treatment at an early stage. Because now we are at a stage where it is going to be very difficult to control the number of patients who are going to get infected. That is not going to be possible now. So let us get into the habit of trying to control the number of deaths, so that we can give the best of treatment, so the number of deaths can be controlled. And if we have to control the number of deaths, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to diagnose these patients at an early stage, so that they can be admitted at an early stage. And definitely there are n number of papers which have said that the deaths increase when the patients report late to the hospitals. So if we can get these patients early into the hospital and give them the treatment, I think definitely we can achieve this. And that's what should be our target. And for that, you require a full-fledged healthcare system to be put in place. You require protocols to be set in, so that there is no fatigue amongst the doctors, because now we are finding almost after more than 3 months, the doctors are getting fatigued, because the same doctors are working every day for at least 8 to 10 hours a day for all the 3 months. They are not getting rest. Not only that, we are finding a lot of psychological problems also amongst especially the young doctors who are the residents who are working. So we have to try to take care of our frontline workers if we are going to be successful in the near future as far as tackling this disease is concerned.
Thank you for speaking with us. Thank you, doctors.